Well, we got us a real shade tree operation going on today. Sunday afternoon. Feels pretty good underneath this old ash tree here. In the shade. Shade good. Sun hot. Oh, yeah. Boy, I'm a little embarrassed to show any pictures of my garden this year, but we got all this purslane growing in it. And it's not a real noxious weed. As I understand it, it's actually edible, but it really just kind of took over this year. We've had so much rain in inopportune times that it's kind of hard to keep ahead of it, but it's better than grasses and broadleaves, I guess. It's been a really weird year around here. I don't know, stuff's doing good, but it's just not producing like normal. Our peppers didn't do crap. Peas, we got a second crop of peas coming on here. They're doing pretty good. Our weather around here has been so unpredictable. It's either wet and cold, or it's hotter than the hubs of hell. These are just some squash. There's some sweet potatoes in there. I don't know how they're gonna do. Probably not very well. It's been too wet, and the soil's pretty heavy. But we got something unusual for us up here. It's you know, got a watermelon coming on there. There's a couple of them in there. I just about stepped on that one. A couple of muskmelons. Summer squash, that did good. Some of it's getting too big here, and there's some butternut squash in there. Yeah, there's a big one there. Jeez Louise, I could use that for a club to hit a burglar with. There's some butternut squash here. That's about right. About time to get to picking that. Yeah, I don't know. Some things have been doing really good, some things ain't. Our asparagus this spring, slow to start. And we got a good crop, and oh my gosh, what happened to my sweet corn? Oh, that's right. I took the tractor and the brush hog over it last night and mowed it down. I gotta rake this up, and that way I can till that in. The sweet corn did really good this year. The wife insists that we plant bodacious type sweet corn, and it was really good. Produced pretty good. Didn't have any coon damage whatsoever, and so that was all good. I don't know, what do you do? We always plant some pumpkins for the grandkids. We got 4 grandkids, and these are knuckleheads. They're supposed to be all lumpy or something like that. There's a bunch of them in here. It's kind of hard to see. I'm not going to tromp through there. There's a pretty good sized one right there, I think. You know, somewhere in there. I don't know. This cheap camera don't work too well. There's a bunch of them in there. We didn't plant any of the giant type pumpkins. But the vines are all dying off early. I don't know, because it's been so wet that they're getting stem rot or whatever. But there's a lot of pumpkins in there. This is pretty exciting, ain't it, huh? Yeah, there's one right there. just a jack-o'-lantern type. That's the first year that I planted any pole beans. Got one tower, 3 towers there, and wife, she don't care for pole beans because they're not stringless, and they aren't good just eating them as you're grazing, you know, but they didn't do too bad, but they aren't as good as a bush type bean. But the first 2 here are Blue Lakes, and she's a bean Nazi, so she said them Blue Lakes are the best ones. I don't remember what she said that last one was. She got the seeds for me, so I don't know, maybe we'll try that again next year. I like them because I ain't got to bend over to pick the damn things. My back hurts anyways. And our potatoes, if you can even tell that's a potato patch, they did not do well this year. The red potatoes did good. We've got some Kennebecks yet in there. I don't know, what do we got? 1, 2, 5. We only planted 150 hills this year. Normally we plant 300. We cut way back. And the red potatoes did good. The Yukons were so-so. And I started digging some Kennebecks today. And it's not looking very promising. Look at them weeds. Jeez. That stuff just, you know, I don't know what to do to take care of it. The more you till it up, the worse it spreads. And it don't pull worth a shit. Got some Savoy cabbage here. It's about ready to pick. That's pretty good size. Peppers, non-existent. I'm blaming it all on the weather. I don't know, the eggplant didn't do very well either. We've had just enough for a taste, which, you know, eggplant, you can't hardly preserve it, so it is what it is. Tomatoes, they're not doing too bad. All heirloom varieties. We've had plenty of tomatoes already. Normally we don't get any around here till beginning of September. Broccoli still putting on a little bit. Cucumbers. Yeah, there's some more cabbage. Wow, look at this mess. What a mess. Got just a few okra. We don't get too excited about okra. It's kind of pretty though when it blooms. There's some Brussels sprouts. 3 plants, that's about enough. But one thing is, first year, this Honeycrisp apple tree actually started putting on some apples. It's been, I planted this maybe 6 years ago, and it just has not done shit. But it's starting to put on some apples now. I trimmed it once lightly, but it's starting to produce now. I don't think it likes the environment it's living in. We get a lot of wind out of the north there from clear up wherever the cold air comes from, so I don't know, but it's doing something now. And then this one here, it's a Zest Star. It's got a few on it. The wife, she ate one today. They aren't quite ripe. She said they didn't taste too bad, but there's not very many apples on it. Most of the time the stuff will bloom out, and then we'll get a late frost in the spring and freeze the blooms off, and it's just, we've got such a microclimate around here that it's just hard to grow apple trees, I guess. Of course, this old standard cherry tree, it's always loaded. I mean, it's just, one of them die-hard things. I don't even know what kind it is. It was here when we moved in, and I trimmed the hell out of it one year, made it look like a couple of sticks, and I don't think I could kill it unless I sawed it off at the ground. But anyways, there's the mommy and the puppy dog sitting at the fire. Just kind of a quiet Sunday. I should be mowing all this grass. I took the tractor and the brush hog out back there, but this here, it's so quiet I don't feel like making any noise. I have a few beers and a couple of cigarettes, and maybe we'll get the grill out, huh? What do you think about that, puppy dog? Get the grill out? Oh, shaky. Oh, we get the grill out? You want to get the grill out? Okay. Well, alright. That's enough of that foolishness. Have a good one. Yeah, speaking of mowing, you know, if I ain't got enough to mow, about 3 acres, I decided to, well, it wasn't really my choice, but mow the ditch out here on the one side of the house. Because, oh, jeez. Got this little shade garden out here by the ditch. And the wife said she couldn't see it when she come up the road, so we gotta mow the weeds down, you know. Well, jeez. Well, there's my Stonehenge. I must have been really drunk when I put that up, because those are about 150-pound blocks of solid concrete from the old barn foundation. Just seemed like the thing to do. But it's just a view down my country road. Nothing going on. Not a thing. Not a thing. Not a thing. I kind of like it that way. Alrighty then. The 3 T's. Tits, toes, and touch holes. Yummy. No thanks. Well, enough of that. A little of the cheap stuff. Fresh squeeze this morning by my wife. And you can have Worcestershire sauce if you want. But have a little soy sauce. And whatever. Oh. And some blood pressure meds. Alright. We got her all set.